Welcome to this comprehensive class member transition program policy training provided by the UIC College of Nursing. This training will address the special processes of the comprehensive program. This training will enable comprehensive program staff to understand the special processes included in the comprehensive program and correctly complete and submit the associated documents. Staff Credential Requirements, Policy P0.04. Per Policy P0.04, both the Williams and Colbert consent decrees specify the level of training and credentials required for certain elements of the comprehensive program. In addition, it is important that program staff and partners are aware of the staff performing each role at an agency and how they can be contacted. To ensure compliance with these credential requirements, IDHS will request staffing reports from prime agencies as needed. UIC-CON may also request staffing updates to ensure clinical documents are completed by qualified staff. Staff credentials should also be maintained within the web app. Individual staff should ensure their credentials and supervisor information are accurately reflected. IDHS will consider staff credential requirement policy waiver requests when the prime agency has determined that a potential candidate does not have the credentials but has the background and experience to perform the duties of a role. The request should be emailed to the IDHS DMH Deputy Director of Systems Rebalancing and OMSU team and should include the rationale for the request, a copy of the candidate's updated resume, and the credentials of the direct supervisor of the potential candidate. The candidate must be directly supervised by staff that meet the minimum credential requirements for the role. Prime Agency Assignments and Transfers, Policy P0.03. Class members who have already transitioned into the community remain assigned to the agency responsible for the transition, except where transfers, as outlined in Policy P0.03, are approved. Transfers can take place following a class member's request, when a class member transfers between facilities, or with the class member's consent when arranged between two prime agencies directly. All proposed transfers must be communicated to IDHS and UIC-CON in advance. IDHS will approve transfers on a case-by-case basis. Transfer proposals should be emailed to the Organizational Monitoring and Support Unit. Facility Concerns, Policy P6.02. A goal of the comprehensive program is to minimize barriers to class member transitions. Prime agencies should work with nursing facilities and SMRFs to reduce barriers to class member transitions. But where those barriers cannot be resolved with the facility, they should be communicated to IDHS. After attempting to rectify the barrier directly with the facility, if it cannot be resolved, the prime agency must take steps to report the barrier to the Illinois Department of Public Health, IDPH, the state agency responsible for regulating skilled nursing facilities and specialized mental health rehabilitation facilities in Illinois, and IDHS, the Illinois Department of Human Services. Certain types of barriers should also be reported to the Long-Term Care Ombudsman. When reporting to IDPH and IDHS, the prime agency must complete the IDPH complaint form. The IDPH complaint form is used to initiate an investigation where licensing acts, regulations, and federal Medicare/Medicaid conditions of participation or coverage are an issue. The IDPH complaint form should include a description of what the facility failed to do under the Colbert-Williams consent decree, the date the incident occurred, the name of the class member or members involved, the name of staff members, both facility and prime agency, who were present, the location of the incident, and whether the facility administrator or social service staff were notified of the complaint, noting the outcome of the notification. When filing a complaint, remember to attach all supporting documentation. For example, emails indicating contact attempts were made, or notes with dates indicating that a phone attempt was made. In addition to filing the IDPH complaint form, if the prime agency is reporting a violation of the class member's rights, including abuse, neglect, poor care, isolation, or a lack of choices or meaningful activities, they should also contact the long-term care ombudsman via email or by phone. Serving members with no income, policy P6.03. While class members have the right to transition to a community setting without a source of income, financial stability is necessary to effectively function within the community, and class members also have the right to decline transition services until a source of income is obtained. When a class member is determined to have no income, the prime agency will explore available options for income. Some of these options include full or part-time employment, support from family, VA benefits, retirement benefits or pensions, and supplemental security income or Social Security disability income. Class members that are unable to engage in substantial gainful employment due to a disability may be eligible for income benefits through the Social Security Administration. The SSI-SSDI Outreach, Access, and Recovery SOAR program is designed to increase access to disability income. The prime agency must identify SOAR staff and engage class members without income and/or SOAR services when appropriate. This includes discussing SOAR services with the member and completing the SOAR Accept Decline letter in the web app. The SOAR letter explains the purpose of the SOAR program and documents the member's consent to the process. If the member is not interested in receiving SOAR services, the reason for their declination should be documented here. If the class member declines SOAR, they will not receive SOAR services, but the prime agency should continue to explore alternative income options as appropriate. If the class member accepts the SOAR process, the prime agency's SOAR staff should begin to gather the documents required to complete the SOAR application. SOAR staff will explain the model and the staff's role to the class member. This includes supporting a collaborative process with the class member assisting in the completion of their Social Security application. The SOAR staff will complete the medical summary report. This is a document that integrates all of the information from the person's medical records, one-to-one interviews, and interviews with family, friends, and other supports into one cohesive document to assist with the disability determination process. SOAR staff will also facilitate communication between the class member, their case managers, IDHS, the nursing facility or SMRF, the Social Security Administration, Disability Determination Services, and other providers. SOAR staff are tasked with providing assistance to SSA and DDS in the process of determining the class member's disability status. Staff will also keep the class member and comprehensive program staff updated on the application status. The SOAR application can take some time to be developed and submitted, as it involves the synthesis of quite a lot of clinical information. During that time and while waiting for the application to be processed, the prime agency should continue to work on pre-transition tasks identified in the Comprehensive Service Plan. Some of these tasks may include skill building related to medication administration or other functional tasks, obtaining DON scores, or beginning to coordinate waiver services, as well as referring the class member to additional services or supports, including substance use treatment or education or employment resources. The goal is to continue to prepare the class member for transition so that when they do obtain income, they can proceed to the housing search process without delay. When the member is awarded funding, the prime agency can begin the housing search, looking for apartments or other housing options and proceeding towards transition. If the class member's application is denied, however, SOAR staff will help the class member file an appeal with SSA, and the agency should continue to provide the class member with pre-transition engagement and support services. Policy P6.07, Quality of Life Survey. A core premise of the comprehensive program is that many class members who reside in long-term care facilities would like to live in the community if they could, and believe a successful community transition would improve their quality of life. UIC-CON attempts to administer a quality of life survey by telephone with each class member at the time of their transition to the community, reflecting their experience while residing in the facility, and after they have lived in the community for 1 year, reflecting their community experience. Policy P6.07, Quality of Life Survey, describes the purpose and procedures for the survey. Current versions of all comprehensive program policies and forms can be found in the web app library, and educational resources can be found on the Colbert-Williams training website, managed by the UIC College of Nursing. Any questions can be directed to the Colbert-Williams Help Desk, linked at the bottom of every page of the Colbert-Williams training website. Thank you for your attention and efforts to ensure safe and successful class member transitions.